Good morning. This is Sri Primo with a May 4th Star Wars edition. Quick recap of all the sports happenings yesterday. Let's start off very quickly with what happened at the Kentucky Derby yesterday. And Kentucky Derby, the 151 running of the Kentucky Derby was held yesterday in a cold, rainy evening. The number of fans that showed up, 147,406, according to some official estimates. So the winner of that, it was not the favorite, but Sovereignty won the Kentucky Derby yesterday, ridden by Junior Alvarado. Kentucky Derby, which is like a 1/4 miles. It was a sloppy track. Um, over journalism and several others. And then you had Citizen Bowl that was leading in the front, but journalism took the lead in the final turn, and it was between both journalism and sovereignty down the stretch until sovereignty took over and hit on. So just a quick thing on that: they did earn 3.1 million uh, for the owners, the first. Um, it's a sovereignty is now improved to 3-2 right now. The next one will be the Preakness, and then finally finishing off at Belmont Stakes. So let's see if uh, sovereignty can actually win the Triple Crown like the Secretariat. Now, interestingly, there was a article I saw on the news yesterday about the Secretariat horse, the stunning fact being genetically linked to every Derby horse that ran yesterday. And I was wondering if it was true in this day and age of, um, facts. It was true. So Secretariat has a long-lasting legacy in horse racing, meaning that uh, the legendary horse named as the Big Red is um, is every horse that was running yesterday is a descendant after a search of pedigree. So basically, it's at more than odd. If you go back 6 generations, most horses, you'll find that they are always related to a great, all-time great. This is one of those stats which it was bound to happen, but I think it's very, very cool that Secretaries was the sire for over 660 registered fowls. And that was very, very interesting for me yesterday when I saw that news. So, in the other news items, you had the Miami Open for the women that got completed with Sabalenka beating Coco Gauff. Coco did have some chances to win the second set to take on to the third set. She actually had a set point. She was down at love 40 at 4-5, up 5-4, came back tied, came back, won the next 3 points, and I thought she had a shot at taking it um, to the third set. But all she was able to do was that she lost that game, and then Sabalenka won 6-5, and then Coco won the next one and take it to the tiebreaker. Um, she was last year's runner-up, Sabalenka. She won 6-3, 7-6. Unfortunately, the win actually came off a double fault from Coco. Coco struggled with her serving um, throughout the day, especially in the second set. And last year, Sabalenka lost to Iga Swiatek, but this now puts her back. She's already world number one, the three-time Grand Slam champion. Uh, she's just been playing incredible. Again, Coco, she won the U.S. Open in 2023, but she's 21 years old. I think she definitely needs to know how to serve well especially in the very big moments. Especially against players like Sabalenka. But anyway, that's where we are. And then the men, as I mentioned before, you have the ultimate. You got Draper and Rude going to be taking place. That's going to be interesting when um, I think I got to think about when it is actually. I think it should be later today. Uh, I'm just thinking what time. Usually it's around 12:30 was when the women's was, but I don't know the exact time. Anyway, it should be up today. Uh, so that's the other one that I wanted to cover in the sports. And then, of course, in the um, in the F1 qualifying that's going to also be in Miami. Sorry, I thought the other one was this Madrid Open. Sorry about that. My bad. In the tennis, but in the Miami F1, you got Verstappen got the pole with Lando Norris and Antonelli and Piastri and Russell rounding out the top five for the racers, and that'll be at um, uh, 4 p.m. today. And then, like I said, I apologize. It was the Madrid Open, the clay court, not the Miami Open for tennis, and that's between Rude and Draper at 12:30 p.m. So that's where we are. And there's other sports, obviously, but these are the three top ones I wanted to cover for now. And I apologize again for the Miami Open in tennis that already took place a long time back. With that, we wrap it up and see if who emerges victorious on F1 Madrid Open and a lot of NBA. And I think um, NBA there was one game, if I'm not mistaken, that happened yesterday with Nuggets beating the Clippers 122 um, 101. So the Nuggets now move on. You have the Warriors and Rockets, which is a game seven going on, and the Nuggets will take on Thunder right now. So there you go. With that, we wrap it up. Thanks again for listening. Have a good rest of the day.